We're less than a week away from a climactic finish to the Remington Park American Quarter Horse Meeting. Coming up on this edition of the Remington Park Update, we'll preview the big races coming up on closing night, keying in on the richest in Oklahoma, the Heritage Place Futurity, as well as the Heritage Place Derby and Debbie Schaaf Remington Park Invitational. I'm Jim Byers. Thanks for joining us. Before we get to Saturday's closing night champions card of major races, let's take a quick look back at some fine Oklahoma breds taking part in a trio of restricted Grade 3 stakes a week before season's end. In the 350-yard Jack Brooks for 3-year-olds, I'm a Fancy Chick takes her second career stakes race with a neck decision over Peeves Jukebox and favored Just a Cool Boy. Ridden by Mario Delgado for trainer Clint Crawford, I'm a Fancy Chick is by I'm a Fancy PYC, racing for her breeder Danny Salisbury, who owns her along with Dennis Salisbury. In the FL Ladybug for 2-year-olds, Eye on the Card drew off to be the only one in the picture at the finish under Juan Pulido. Now 2 for 3. Eye on the Card is a Doc's Best Card colt, bred by Efrain Mendez and owned by Omar Hernandez. Santos Carrizales trains. Relentless Scorpion and Cuz He Gone were next in a quick 16.376 for 330. Older horses had quite the finish in the Boyd Morris Memorial at 400 yards. Number 4, J.K. Wildcat Red ekes out the decision by a head over Charlie's Fury and Juices Loose, who dead heated for second. Bred by J.K. Running Horses and owned by Regina Lehman, J.K. Wildcat Red was beaten just a neck in the restricted Grade 1 Sooner State Stakes in April. Jerry Livingston trains and Christian Escada rides. At $1.1 million in purse money, the Heritage Place Futurity is Remington Park's richest race and one of the anchors of its closing night supercard. This year's finalists include 3 contenders who took part in the meet's first big Futurity, the Oklahoma, which is an open Grade 2. And that group includes Oklahoma Futurity winner Trace Crystals. Trained by D. Keener for nonagenarian owner Elizabeth Logan, Trace Crystals enters the Heritage Place Futurity 3 for 3. In his trial, he's contesting for the lead in the center of the track in the black cap, and he'll steam to a half-length win over fellow qualifier Turcotte. Trace Crystals turned in the 3rd best overall time from 2 nights of trials. And here he is taking the Oklahoma Futurity under regular rider Brian Candanosa. Trace Crystals has already banked more than $190,000. He cost $30,000 as a yearling. Top qualifier, Ivory Senator, is one of 3 to make it from the Santos Carrizales barn. He drew the outside early on trial night 1 and flies to a 2-length score, an effort fast enough that runner-up Sunday Silence also made the final. Second in the Lyco Bird against Oklahoma breds in April, Ivory Senator, normally ridden by Juan Pulido. Here's another Pulido Carrizales qualifier, Fancy Scarface. He'll open up early and waltz away from this group by 3 lengths in the 2nd best overall time. The quickest from night 2, Fancy Scarface is 2 for 3, his only loss coming as the favorite in the Oklahoma Futurity. Hooked and Gone has turned in 3 superb efforts in his brief career, winning twice, including a 3/4 of a length score in the Remington Park Juvenile, April 16th. Trained by Jerry Livingston and ridden by Christian Escada, he sped away from his rivals on trial night in the 4th best overall time from night 2. And this turned into a 2 1/4 length victory. Escada also rode Mistaken Identity to a trial win for trainer Stacy Charette Hill. Positioned 1 from the outside in this opening trial on night 1, the Oklahoma-bred gelding digs in to fend off an outside challenge and win by a neck in the 8th fastest overall time. A close 3rd in his debut back in March, Mistaken Identity will shoot for 2 in a row on Saturday. Another night 1 qualifier is Take a Swig of This for the powerful team of trainer Monty Arosa and jockey Francisco Calderon. This finishing effort is impressive, as Take a Swig of This draws off by 2 in the 10th best time. It's his first career win from just 2 tries. This week, we'll speak with some of the connections of the top contenders in these Saturday night races to get their thoughts, so check back later in the week to see and hear those comments right here on RaceView Network. Saturday's 400-yard Grade 2 Heritage Place Derby has drawn a good field, featuring runners from top barns in the region. And once again, D. Keener has a strong contender. That would be Dreamsville, a spectacular 4 for 4 in 2022. In the restricted Grade 2 Remington Park Derby, he added to his winning streak by overwhelming the field from the outside under regular rider Jesus Salazar, who has never lost on the gelding. An Oklahoma bred by He's Relentless, Dreamsville followed his RP Derby win with this score in the Heritage Place Trials, again leaving little doubt to the outcome in posting the fastest qualifying time. Fourth in last year's Heritage Place Futurity, Dreamsville will try to add an open Grade 2 win to his resume in the Derby. Checking in second fastest from the trials is Delight Us All, trained by Mike Robbins. He drew the inside on trial day and led every jump under Eugenio Navarrete. Runner-up B. Leaving qualified fifth. Delight Us All is a Utah bred with 6 strong races and 7 tries, including 3 local wins. The Heritage Place Derby is his first graded try. Here's a Grade 1 winner from a 7-figure Futurity, Whiskey Glasses, victorious in last fall's Golden State Million at Los Alamitos. A win machine with 8 wins in 12 starts, he checks in third on the qualifiers list after this triumphant return to Remington in the trial. Trained by Monte Rosa, Whiskey Glasses took the Easy Jet Stakes at RP last year. Accurate is one of 2 Heath Taylor trainees to make the Heritage Place Derby. He's won both his starts this season, the first in Maiden Company, and the second in the Derby trial. He drew the outside on that afternoon, then broke outward, but finished with abandon to tally by slightly more than a length under Rodrigo Vallejo. Accurate is qualifier number 6. Cell Bounce is Taylor's other runner, and like his stablemate, he enjoyed drawing toward the outside on May 7th. In turning in the 10th best clocking, Cell Bounce leads gate to wire under Vallejo to win by a half length. A $110,000 yearling in 2020, and a supplement to this race. Cell Bounce was a convincing allowance winner over this track in April. To say the least, the handicap division at Remington Park has been strong this spring. So much so that in the Grade 1 Leo Stakes, a major step to Saturday's Debbie Schaaf Remington Park Invitational, AQHA World Champion Danger wasn't even the favorite. We'll get to him in just a bit. But while the field isn't drawn as of the live airing of this show, the contenders aiming to face Danger are numerous. Candy Blood has placed in a pair of graded races and run 4th in the Champion of Champions and Heritage Place Futurity. But lest you think he's always a bridesmaid, consider this score in the Grade 1 D Raper Sooner State for Oklahoma breds in April. Trained by Monte Rosa, Candy Blood has won half of his 18 starts and more than $477,000. Here's a winner of 2 graded races at Remington already this spring, Relentlessly. His front-running score in the Grade 2 East Tex opened his campaign. Trained by Jose Huerta, Relentlessly followed with a similar performance in the Bob Moore Memorial, winning from the outside under Raul Valenzuela at 300 yards. Proving he's no flash in the pan, Relentlessly also took the 2021 Heritage Place Derby over this same track. Set for his Oklahoma City debut is Flashback, winner of last year's Grade 1 Super Derby and the Los Alamitos Winter Derby. A millionaire who ran second in last year's Champion of Champions. Flashback has had a strong career that also saw him run second in the Los Al 2 Million and Brad McKinsey Winter Championship, both Grade 1s. Just My Hawks answers the bell for just about all of RP's biggest races. Among his graded wins this season is the Grade 2 Bank of America Remington Park Championship Challenge, which earned him a spot in the Grade 1 BOA Championship this fall. The 10-time winner from 19 starts then went into the Grade 1 Leo and upset multiple Grade 1 winner Instigator and numerous others, including Danger. This fast win at 400 yards marks him as a leading contender in the Invitational to be run at 440. Michelle Hurdle is the trainer. And here's the champ, Danger, bred, trained, and partially owned by Dean Fry. Danger turned in one of his best showings in last year's edition of this race, driving between horses to get by eventual Champion of Champions winner Apolitical Pence. Regularly ridden by Cody Smith, Danger is a two-time winner of the Grade 1 BOA Challenge Championship. His World Championship season closed last year at Lone Star Park with a Grade 1 romp in the refrigerator. Nobody could anticipate when he was led over for his first 2022 outing, the Leo Stakes, that a moment of misbehavior in the gate, coupled with a flipping halter mishap, would deny him a clean start and cost him all chance. He still wound up in front of 3 horses that night, and will look to be in front of all of them on Saturday. He should be solidly favored to do just that in the Debbie Schaaf Remington Park Invitational. And once again, we will have a rundown of sound bites and interviews with some of the connections of the top contenders coming up a little bit later this week here on Raceview Network. It's a full lineup of stakes on tap for Saturday, so let's review the ones we haven't already spotlighted. Distance horses go 870 yards in the Grade 1 Remington Park Distance Championship. Leading the nominees is last year's AQHA Distance Champ Wascally Whittle Wabbit. Fillies and mares have a Grade 1 of their own in the Juno's Request. 2021 winner Cat Daddy's Little Girl is among the noms, along with Grade 2 winner A Dash of Sign. The Heritage Place Oaks will have its first running. 3-year-old fillies at 400 yards. In trials for that, Political Rose was the top qualifier. And a pair of major Paint-Appaloosa races. The Grade 1 speed horse Graham Paint-Appaloosa Futurity, and the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum Stakes, also a Grade 1. First post for the Champions Night card is Saturday at 5 p.m. Central. We'll, of course, have full coverage of many of these top races coming up early next month on our next edition of the show. That's all for now. I'm Jim Byers. Thanks for watching, and please catch us next time on the Remington Park Update.